This video's titled, I'm a 33-year-old woman with no life. My advice
I
for
am a
young
33-year-old
women.
woman with no direction in life,
I gotta
and I
hear
want to
this.
talk about it. I will give you some advice
I
at
gotta
the
hear
end of
this.
how to deal with this and cope with no sense of direction. But for now, I kind of just want to tell you my story of how I got here. And it's not long and it's not that sad, and it's not like I'm not going to try to make you cry. When I was maybe late teens to my 20s to like college age, I had a vision in my head of what I wanted out of my life, of what my life was going to be like when I reached the age I'm at now. And
Okay.
some of the things I wanted were, okay, of course, I was going to graduate college, which I did, thank God.
Nice.
And then I was going to get married. I got
Okay.
married
Nice.
and then divorced. There's
That's
more to
normal.
that story, but that's for another video. I wanted a big career. I started having a nice, okay career, and then that pummeled. Again, I can talk about that later, but
Okay.
that's how my life has been so up and down that
Sounds
I
rocky.
no longer know what I want, even though I've
Mm.
planned this life since I was really young.
You know what's crazy? I planned my life as well. I did everything I wanted to do. And then I felt lost as well, right? And I got there at 26. It's interesting the things that we want as children. And when we actually get it, sometimes it doesn't live up to our expectations, right? Now that you're 30, I'm excited to see where else this goes, right? But for me, it's like, I'm glad I'm not the only one that's experienced, hey, you get what you want, and then it's not exactly how you envisioned it. But I think that, I guess at this point, it must be a normal thing. So what do we do from there? We got to think about it. Hey, I wanted this, I got it. I don't want it anymore. What do I want now? But after realizing everything you want isn't always what it cracked up to be, what else is there? How can I develop myself into a different human that maybe doesn't necessarily have to strive for something? I'm excited to see where this video goes.
And then when I graduated college, I had an internship, which
Nice.
is, again, that's pretty normal. You graduate college, you get an internship. I got a really good internship. When I was in college, I
You
studied
working for
video
free.
production. I studied basically a very interesting version of journalism. And
Hmm.
I didn't know I wanted to be in journalism, but I knew for sure that I didn't want to tell like sad stories. So I didn't really aim to do journalism, but that's what basically
Okay.
my major was. That's what I studied. And I graduated that. I was an okay student, you know. I got an internship for digital media coordinator, and that
Okay.
went really well. And then I was like, okay, this is good. I graduated college. I got an internship.
You got a skill too.
This is life is gonna be good. Life is gonna be good. And then
And then,
I never got jobs. That's
okay.
when I was around maybe 23, 24, 23. I never was able to get a job that made sense with my career, what I wanted.
Mm,
So instead of going into a direction of entertainment news reporter or working at a huge production company or working in some sort of film movie capacity, working in entertainment or anything like that like I wanted, I never got any of those jobs. So the first 5 years, I graduated in 2015. So the first 5 years of after my graduation, it was constantly looking for work and constantly looking for jobs. I never got them. I had a few interviews, but I never got jobs. I never got jobs, and it just nobody wanted to hire me. Nobody wanted to give me opportunities. Nobody wanted. I don't know if they thought I was too dumb to do the work. The thing I kept getting was, this is literally what I keep getting today in my 33 years is, you don't have enough experience. You don't know what you're doing, so we can't hire you. But it's like, well, how am I going to get experience
if nobody hires you.
if you don't hire me? And
Yeah.
that's still the struggle.
You know, this is a common struggle that I hear as well, right? All these jobs and careers, they want people with experiences. Starting to sound like a trap to me. We should all just start making our own companies.
Today, which I will get into later, about the state of my jobhood and how
Mm,
I ended up having no direction. That's exactly what it was like when I got out of college. It was constantly, you don't have a job, you don't have enough experience, we can't hire you. No job,
mm.
nothing I wanted. I applied for, companies like Britco, BuzzFeed,
Nah, don't give
Yahoo, like
no free press. Don't give them no free press. They didn't hire you. Don't say their name.
all their like fun
Don't
media
give them no free
department
press.
jobs. I
Mm-mm.
applied for them.
No, ma'am.
Nobody. Video. I applied for video editing jobs. Nobody. I went into the direction
I'll
of
hire
getting
you.
a job just to live, which is fine. Sometimes you do have to do that. So I ended up getting like retail jobs. I got customer service job. I got a sales job, like things like that. Even though it wasn't really what I wanted, I still ended up getting those jobs. I stayed in that direction for a while,
Mm,
and those were fine. Even though I knew that it wasn't really what I wanted to do. And then at
okay.
25, I got married. The marriage did last 5 years, which was great, but
That's good.
unfortunately, it
That's
didn't
good
work out,
memories.
and there's the end of that. I may talk about
Well,
that in
damn.
another video, but for now, that's where I was at 25. I got married at 25. By the time I was 30, the marriage was over, and then I had to kind of restart my life again. So I ended up moving. Ended up moving across the state. I was in San Francisco, and then now I moved down to Los Angeles in the middle of COVID. And then last year, literally a year ago, after I was looking and struggling and trying to find work that I really liked, I found a job as a project manager at a tech company, and I was really scared when I first started that job. Something about the job didn't feel right, but I did it anyway. I was really happy. I had everything I needed. I had insurance. I was going somewhere in my life, even though I didn't have a boyfriend or a partner anymore. I was really happy because I was making good money, and I had friends. I was socializing.
It
I
sounds
was I
good.
was
So
excited,
where's
even though
the
in the
downfall?
back of my head I knew something was wrong. I still kind of just went through my life as best as I could. About a year ago, I got fired, which
Okay.
is how I'm in my position right now. About a year later, is because I got fired from that job, and it was really devastating. And ever since then, I'm back to my college days or early 20s where I'm having a hard time finding a job. I haven't been able to find a good full-time solid benefits, all those kinds of jobs in the corporate realm. I did get
Okay.
a few contract jobs right after I got fired, but again, they were contract jobs. That means they didn't last, they weren't
Yeah.
permanent, they didn't have any
No benefits.
benefits.
Yep.
But one job lasted 6 months and another job lasted 2 months, so I was able to kind of
That's
cover my bills in that way. It feels
okay.
like again that nobody wants to hire me. It feels like again that
It's not just you. A lot of companies, they do contracting because they don't want to offer benefits. They're already big. They don't want to spend the extra money to have to basically take care of you, right? Because when you part of the staff, you become part of the family, you become part of the team, whatever word that they use nowadays, colleagues, that's what you are. But when you're a contractor, you're just there to do the job, and then once the job is done, you're let go. They don't need you anymore, right? So, my advice personally would just be stop looking for these corporate jobs. Stop looking for these, I would say keep doing contracting for one, right? But stop looking for a place to really be in if it's not working, right? How many times are you going to try the same thing over and over again that just leads to the same result, you know? There are several things on the internet that you can do to get yourself into a more advantageous position than if you were to be working at BuzzFeed anyway, right? You don't really need these companies, all right? These companies are great, they look good, right? Working for them might be a passion or a dream, but if these things aren't leading to a beneficial end, why would you keep trying, right? YouTube exists, TikTok exists. People want to be YouTubers and TikTokers, right? Even I said, and I said it candidly, But I am actually legitimately looking for an editor, right? There are people online that need your skills because you have skills. You went to school and you got the degree. You have the ability. You can market yourself and you can get into a position that, sure, it might not be a big corporation, but it's somewhere. And it might be a place even better than the big corporation. You just got to go out there and look in a different spot because you are looking. You are 100%. It sounds like you're looking, right? You're looking hard for jobs wherever you're looking for them in the yellow pages or where, I don't know. But I would say like put that effort somewhere else because I think you could do it. I personally believe like I've only been watching this video for 6 minutes, but I feel like this woman could do almost anything she wanted to if she just looked in a different position or looked in a different spot, looked at a different place.
Nobody wants anything to do with me. It feels like, and I'm still getting that same thing. I'm getting the same, like, you're not good enough. You don't have enough experience. We can't hire you. You don't have enough experience, even though my experience demonstrates everything on my resume.
Your
And
life
they're still saying
experience,
I don't
yeah.
have enough experience for the job. So
I think that's a cop out answer.
that's how I'm here now. Is I am 33, no job, no family, living off of unemployment. I could barely make ends meet. Thank goodness I don't have any children. I only have my cat to take care of, but I
That cat gotta
still
eat.
struggle financially. Again, I'm on unemployment and food stamps. I should make clear that I'm on food stamps right now. I'm not happy because I'm struggling emotionally, mentally. I just can't seem to get my life together. So I'm hoping that trying to create content for YouTube and trying to put
It'll
my
work.
story out there will
Yes.
resonate with some people that are probably feeling the same way I'm feeling. As far as where I'm going,
And thank you for doing that because you've legitimately helped a lot of people. How many people saw this video? 2.3
some
million. Oh
people
yeah,
that
you're
are
doing great.
probably feeling the same
you're
way
you're
I'm
doing
feeling.
great.
As far as where I'm going, I'm
You're good.
hoping
You're good.
to,
You're good.
start creating more content on YouTube and making more videos and putting more time towards something that I really want to do versus waiting for companies to tell me that they don't want me or they don't want to
I
hire me or
love
they
it.
don't want to work with me
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'm not good enough. Da, da, da,
You
da.
don't need
Because
them.
when I'm doing YouTube and I'm doing my own content,
Facts. Then
nobody's
they're
gonna
gonna
tell me
want
that.
you.
Nobody's gonna say to me, "Hey, you're not good enough. You're fired. You're not good enough. You're not worth it. You're not worth the investment." Nobody's gonna tell me that. So I'm really hoping that going on
You know what's crazy? 2.5 million views. I think that's it. 58K subscribers, bro. I'm gonna join the train, right? BuzzFeed should have hired you because you're blooming without them.
to some sort of video production on YouTube will get me to where I want to go mentally, emotionally,
I wonder if there's an update video
financially,
to this.
and hopefully something will come out of this. Even if it's just knowing that somebody out there is going through this and knows that they're not alone when it comes to having a very directionless life. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of this. So you might be wondering what I do all day without having any sort of direction.
You have time.
I spend a lot of my days inside the house, which sucks sometimes, but
Oof.
it's really nice to have peace. I do a lot of cooking. I do a lot of cleaning. I shop a lot. I'm always shopping for like groceries or clothes or when I say clothes, I mean more like window
I'm not gonna lie, this is starting to sound like a wife application, bro.
shopping. I'm not really out here like buying bags or shoes
All my
or,
fellas.
things like that. I do more window shopping. The other day I went to Rodeo Drive and that was really fun.
Ooh. It's a
Someday
Rodeo Drive-In is in a expensive shopping center in Los Angeles.
I get really lonely, but
Normal.
I power through it by
Hell yeah, move
watching
forward.
TV, reading my books.
Yeah,
I
read the
look
book.
for jobs
Yeah.
all day, every day.
I started reading recently, man, and like honestly, picking up a book has probably been the greatest decision that I made, and I've said that multiple things have been the greatest decisions I made before, right? Leading into the life I live now. But picking up a book has legitimately changed my life for the better, right? I ain't reading fucking Harry Potter either. But shout out to the people that do read Harry Potter. I'm sure it's a great story.
That also kills time. I talk to my friends on the phone,
Yeah.
things like that. So as as far as advice goes for young people, I think that everybody in their life will have a time in their life where they just don't know where they're going and they don't have any control of what life is bringing. I think that's a thing. I think that's possible in every young person or older person's life. You know, some when women when their children leave for college and they're feeling, they're empty nesters. That's something that feels very directionless because you're like, what do I do now that my kids are out of the house? You know,
anything.
you get fired and you have.
When I think about children, I think about you are basically sacrificing your development to develop your kids, right? And when you do that, you're not just sacrificing your development until they leave the house because they're your children, right? They're always going to need your guidance or your help. But whenever they do leave the nest, I think that gives you at least 50% of your time to get your development back, right? So you are going out, like living your life like me. I live my life. I don't have any kids. My development is on me and my immediate surroundings. Besides that, it's free to go. Anything is good to go. If I want to go make a YouTube video, I'll make a video. I want to go meditate, I'll go meditate. I want to work out, I'll work out. If I want to smoke a joint outside, I'll smoke a joint outside, right? Because I can. Once you have a kid, what are you doing over there? Hey, I'm trying to make this. I'll be right back, guys. Right? You gotta go grow somebody. You have to legitimately put your development on the back end for your spawn, right? Which is what you should do. Some people they're absentee parents. I don't know why that's a fucking thing, right? But it is a thing. So for all the people that have kids and then your kids are leaving to do their own thing, you should be celebrating. You should say, "Hey, I now have the ability to grow myself even more," right? Because eventually they're gonna need some help down the line. And whatever advice you can give, probably be good advice. Let's continue the video.
You have to wait for your next gig. As far as advice goes, what I would say is these three things. Number one, have a solid, good support system.
That's
know
true.
that there are people in your life that you can go to talk to about anything and everything, no matter what time, no matter what, you know.
Finding that support system is the difficult one because not everybody has good friends or good family, and not everybody is on the same path that you are, right? You have to find like minded individuals that are working not necessarily towards the same goals as you, but they're on the same road as you, right? Those are the people you should try and find and go to for whatever questions you have in life. But there's also those people on the internet too, and they'll do it for free.
Where you are, you can talk to them. Always have something planned and something to look forward to. Something I did a lot of this year is I went to a lot of shows. I was able to go to a lot of my favorite shows. I saw Beyonce, yes, amazing. So that was something to look forward to. When the Barbie movie came out, I made sure to plan an event with my friends and we had a really good time because again, I was looking forward to that. Okay.
We live life through events. So what she's saying is actually a really good idea. If you have something you're looking forward to, and I'm not saying dedicate your being and your time to that event, right? So if something's coming up in 2 weeks, don't just sit around the house. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. No, live your life in the present. Enjoy the days you have before you do that, right? So, for perfect example, tomorrow I fly out to Koh Samui, one of the best beaches in all of Thailand. Am I sitting here like, oh man, I can't wait, I can't wait? No, I'm like, yeah, let's make some videos. Let's talk about life. Let's still work on ourselves. Like before I made this video, I read part of my book, and then I was like making this video. And then after this video, I'm gonna go sit, meditate, relax, go outside, enjoy the day, and then come back make some more videos before I start packing up to go to one of the greatest beaches in Thailand. Right? Live in the present. It's super hard to do, but it's something that's worth it. But you should also plan events ahead. But don't just look forward to those events like they're the only thing that matter in your life. Yes, we live life through events, but we also live life in the present.
So my third and probably final advice is knowing that this phase of life is not permanent, and even though it feels permanent, even though it feels very long, I'm assuming that I'm not gonna do this in like 5 years, 5 to 10 years. I may be like this in the next
Never
year
know.
or two, but
Never know.
knowing that I won't be like this in 5 to 10 years is kind of also what keeps me going. It feels very permanent. It feels like crap. I don't have a direction. I need help. Um,
But you can find it.
it feels like that, but at the end of the day, I know in my head that it's not, even though my brain is telling me, like, girl, what are we doing? If I am here in the next 5 to 10 years,
Don't think about
I
it.
need to realize,
Don't think of
really reevaluate what is happening in my life, because that's gonna be a huge problem.
Yeah, you would just need introspection. You just need to sit and think about your life, and you should sit and think about your life every day. At least that's what I do. I don't dwell on it, but I sit and I'm like, okay, how is today going? Today's going pretty well. I'm enjoying the day. Boom. And then you're done, and then you just keep moving forward. That's it.
If this
That's
video
it.
helped
That's
you in
it.
any way, shape, or
It's a
form,
good video.
please subscribe, like the video,
Okay.
and I'm happy to kind of go into more detail about more stuff
Mm.
and where I am or where I'm going, and I would love to share more. So just make sure to subscribe and follow along with.
Yeah, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I agree. Everybody should do it. If you enjoyed the video, click the subscribe button and the like button. Yeah, this was great. I'm 33 years old with no life. 7 months ago. Let's check and see. How is she doing now? Just by a quick glimpse. Quick glimpse. 7 months later. I'm giving up on my dreams. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why don't men court women anymore? Oh, shit. Hmm. Hmm. I do not want to be rich. Okay. You know what? I think it's going fine. It's called development, and you never really truly stop developing. Just because she feels like this at 33 or maybe 34 because it's been 7 months. Happy birthday if it's been your birthday, right? Doesn't mean she's going to feel like this at 35, 36, 40, 55, 60, 70, right? Same with me. But I know I'll still be a positive person. I'm always going to have a positive outlook. And I think everyone would gain some benefit in their life if they do so as well. But this was a good video. I enjoyed this. Nice to meet you, XOXO Akoto. Koto? Akoto. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe. Bye bye.